For a mother bear exhausted from hunger and weakness, fresh deer meat is the ultimate recovery meal. It quickly restores her depleted energy and relieves the soreness throughout her body. Even if the same male bear who had been close to her just yesterday appeared, Luna would not give up the deer meat she had fought so hard to steal. This prey had originally been caught by a pack of wolves, but Luna snatched it away and enjoyed it alone. The frustrated wolves could only lick the scraps off the ground, staring at the powerful opponent with helpless resentment. The smell of blood also attracted another pregnant mother bear. She was so tempted she could barely walk, as if she might attack at any moment. To protect her hard-earned meal, Luna ignored everything and carried the prey away quickly. The male bear she had been with yesterday watched with a broken heart. Welcome to wild surge life, where every creature has a story and we tell it with honesty and passion. For all young bears who have just left their mothers, spring is a season of life and death. Food is scarce. Lack of experience means they often go hungry for entire days. Many starve or freeze to death before summer arrives. Cautious Millie managed to find some fat, juicy moths to eat. But in front of stronger male bears, she was constantly pushed aside and bullied. Helpless, she was forced to leave the mountain rich in protein and explore new places for food. Cain was even worse. She was already severely weakened. If she didn't eat soon, she would starve to death. Fortunately, Cain was smart enough not to keep fighting for prey she couldn't win. She started turning over rocks to find soft, slippery earthworms beneath. Though they tasted of soil, they went down as smoothly as noodles and were surprisingly easy to eat. But a single small earthworm was not enough. After walking a short distance, her stomach was empty again. Then, she noticed an anthill. She dug inside and found some small snacks. Cain didn't know that ants are a high-protein, low-fat food with nutritional value comparable to beef. But she couldn't stop eating them, until ants crawled all over her paws and onto her belly through her fur. Then she finally stopped, itchy and uncomfortable. The ants left her with a sour taste and no feeling of fullness. She was even hungrier than before. She went to the river to wash away the itching. Then a passing fish caught her attention. She struck down. The fish never moved again. The fresh fish meat finally gave Cain a deep sense of satisfaction. Meanwhile, on another mountain, Luna had regained her strength after eating and resting. She began actively searching for male bears, trying to mate with more partners. In her mind, having more fathers for her cubs meant more insurance for them. It would also increase the chance of pregnancy, making full use of her fertility. After days of searching and spreading her scent, a large male with thick, dark fur finally appeared. After some initial hesitation, he came to Luna. She clearly had no resistance to this bear. They mated from evening until dark, and through the entire night. Exhausted, the male finally stumbled away with reluctance. But for any male bear, as long as mating season continues, he will help any female who needs him. He will mate with as many females as possible, but will take no responsibility for raising the cubs. Meanwhile, the two starving siblings had barely survived 2 weeks of feast and famine. They both thought of going to the coast to eat seafood. By chance, they met there. Perhaps their luck had turned. A strong, unpleasant smell led them to a rotting whale carcass. Without any stronger bears around, the siblings could finally enjoy this sudden feast. They could even stay until the salmon arrived. Though the meat was already rotten, the fibers were still tough and required repeated chewing and tearing. The bloated pale meat had a strong odor, worse than fermented tofu. But it was packed with calories. In a short time, the siblings stored up a thick layer of fat for winter. Even if they missed the salmon feast, they would still have enough energy to survive the cold months. Luna had successfully mated with several male bears, but she would not become pregnant immediately. The sperm from these males would compete inside her. Only the strongest, most vigorous genes would produce offspring. After fertilization, something important happens. The fertilized eggs pause their development and float inside the mother, waiting. Only if the mother gains enough weight before hibernation and has sufficient nutrition will she officially become pregnant. Otherwise, her body will absorb the fertilized eggs, wasting all the male's efforts. Of course, Luna would not let her cubs disappear, so she needed to eat and gain weight. The return of the salmon run provided abundant energy. Without cubs to worry about, Luna no longer feared male bears. She claimed the best stretch of river where salmon were thickest. She could eat salmon to build her fat reserves while also mating whenever a male appeared. Neither Mealy nor Kane missed the salmon feast either. Fresh fish in their mouths made them realize how hard life had been before. At first, they devoured every salmon, leaving nothing but bones. Later, they became picky, eating only the belly meat and discarding the rest. After months of gorging on the salmon feast, Luna and her 2 cubs had grown much larger and stronger. Like most adult bears, they preferred to be alone. Even if they met, they would quickly part ways, keeping their distance. As winter approached, Luna had already gained enough weight. The fertilized eggs inside her began to develop. But which male's offspring would she carry? That would be decided by the strongest sperm. This is Wild Surge Life. Subscribe and stay curious.